What is up, guitar legends? Sam Wild here. We're looking at Silent Night today. You don't need a Capo, which is nice. We're going to do the Michael Buble version for this video because it's a very nice version. Alright, so we pretty much have the chord progression in the key of G, and then the choir comes in, we do the chord progression in the key of C, and then we go back to the key of G again. So we have the same thing 3 times. So have a look at this chord progression. We're going to start with this sort of an intro, which is going to be G to G sus to G to G sus. Alright, that's just the intro. Now, usually I give you guys strumming patterns, right? Or I give you a tab. For this song, I really want you guys to get a little creative. All you're going to do for the main kind of finger picking here, you just play the bass note, then the first finger, and then 2 at the same time, like that. So just practice this for the intro. Now onto the main chord progression here. There's a few ways that you can play this. Some of you might want to actually get a pick out and just strum this. Silent night, holy night. And you just sort of pick however you like. Right. Personally, I like to finger style this. I put my pinky, my 4th finger, I rest it on the guitar as an anchor point, keep it there the whole song, and then I tend to just play. You hear that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2. You can do whatever you like, as long as you're generally going downwards for the first 3, like this. So I do thumb first, and then you could do both, or you could do one of them. So you're doing arpeggios, you're just going down then up. 1 and 2 and 3, or 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, as long as you have the chord shape, it doesn't really matter which strings you hit, so you guys can just do whatever you like with that. So have a look at the chord progression here. We have G 4 times. Silent night, we have G, then C, G again, C, then here we're gonna have this G, D to F sharp, E minor walk down. So we count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3. Now I tend to just play the middle D, G, and B strings here, all at the same time with the thumb. Alright, so we have G, D with F sharp in the bass, E minor, right? Then we go to D major, okay? When you're playing D major, by the way, make sure the thumb comes down to the D string, because that is the bass note for D major. Alright, so you only do the bottom 4 strings when you play D major. Okay, so just to clarify that line there. So for this line, we're going to have D, then E flat diminished 7 here, where you might not have played this before. So practice changing. You can kind of see the D major shape within the E flat diminished 7. So I just move the shape up a string and the long 1 fret. You see that? And then you add the pinky to that shape. Okay, so it is quite similar. It's not that hard to change because it's the same thing pretty much. Alright, then we have E minor. I like to add the top note there with the pinky, but you don't have to, you can just have open E as well. Then we have G with D in the bass. So I do this shape. You may have played an F major shape like this before, but with on a fret 3 to 5 here. So we have in heavenly peace. and then G, D, F, D7. You can just play D major, but I like D7 here. Okay, and then we go back into the intro again. With G, G sus. Okay, then there's the key change for when the choir sings. So have a look at the whole chord progression here. Okay, we're going to do this again later on. So we have G 4 times, D twice, G twice, right? Then we have C twice, G twice, then C twice, G twice with the rundown, D, E flat diminished, E minor, G with D in the bass, G to D7, and then intro. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. We're going to do that for the final verse as well, all right? But there is a slightly different ending. We'll get to that. Okay, for those of you that do want to play the key change and play along to the choir singing, we're going to go into the key of C now. So we'll start with C major. For those of you that want to take your playing to the next level, make sure you sign up to my premium membership website. You'll gain access to all my backing tracks, all of my lessons, and I'll teach you how to improvise, solo, and play advanced chords. Enjoy the rest of your lesson, guys. Now we're in the key of C, we are going to have a slightly different chords, of course. So we start with C, right? Silent night, holy night. Same thing with the right hand. You're just starting with the bass note and then just arpeggiating through, right? Then we have G, do, do, back to C, as love. Then F, remember the rundown, we can do that in this key as well, but now we have C, G with B in the bass, and A minor, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, G, and this time we have to do A flat diminished 7. There's a few ways you can play this. You could do a B diminished 7, but we want to get that bass movement. Then we have A minor to C with G in the bass. Now to play C with G in the bass, you notice it is a C major chord, but we have to have G in the bass. Okay, so you can have the pinky there. I actually swapped them over, which is a bit easier. I play it like this, right? So we have sleep in heavenly peace. And then there's a pause. You have to really follow the vocals here and wait for Michael to sing. In heavenly. So we have C to a sort of a G7 shape there. You can kind of play the melody if you want to. That's what I tend to do. And then we go into our intro again. C to C sus, C, then D, E minor, D. That takes us back into the key of G for our final verse. So again, this intro for the key of C, we have C, then C sus. So you have to add the fourth finger and flatten the first finger too, which gives you the note F, fourth in the key of C. Right? So do, then D, E minor, D with F sharp in the bass. We're trying to get this dun 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 dun, right? The only thing is, that is quite a hard shape to reach, so you don't have to do that. You can just play D, E minor, but with the top on, and then D with F sharp in the bass to G. Then we get this bass movement. round again. All is long. Now you can even do some movement from this G to the C major chord, so you can play. So you can add this bass movement to get to C if you want to. The strings are kind of doing that. And you don't have to do this. I don't actually do it in the play along, but you can play G, A minor 7, G of B in the bass to C, right? Sounds really nice. So. Right, that's just an option. Again, I don't do that in the play along. You don't have to do that. Okay. Then we carry on as normal. Okay, now to finish the song off, we have a little extension here, a little extra part. So we play deep in heavenly peace. Okay, so you really have to follow the vocals for this line. Deep in heavenly. So it goes heavenly. Deep in heavenly, heavenly. It's a little bit strange, it's just the way he sings it, it's kind of rushed. Deep in heavenly peace. Then you can do A7 as well, which is a nice little change there they throw in. Okay, so one more time. Deep in heavenly peace. A7 as well, I use finger 2 and 3 personally. Then we can finish the song. Deep in heavenly. Then it goes to C major, to C minor, C minor 6, to finish on G. Alright, so every verse is the same, but we do have this little ending here. Okay, you just have that extra section. So we still have deep in heavenly peace. And we kind of do that again. Deep in heavenly peace. And deep in heavenly. Then you kind of have to wait a few seconds for the music. Just really try and follow the music on that bit. You just kind of get used to the timing when you play along to it a few times. Now there is one more section I haven't included so far, which is the intro. You can play the intro if you want. It actually is just the end of the verse, so we just play D, dun, 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 dun. Right at the beginning of the song, they throw this part in with the strings. And that brings us in. Okay, so it's just the end of the verse is actually at the beginning of the song, which is quite a cool little thing to do there, just the orchestral part. So you can play along to that if you want to. Alright, that is everything, guys. Remember, you can really do whatever you want with the right hand here. You can strum, you can finger pick, it doesn't matter as long as you're getting the chords right and you're following along to the music. Alright, so the play along is coming up. You will be playing along to the actual Michael Buble soundtrack with me, just so you can get used to the actual timing they put in the song. And if you found this video helpful in any way, guys, please give it a like. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell icon too. Alright, good luck with the play along. I'll see you in the next lesson.